This is the KOBK news for March and April of 1917. Steve Groening reporting. National World News begins our report. President Wilson has signed the resolution of Congress declaring a state of war between the United States and Germany. The President also signed a proclamation calling upon American citizens to give support to all measures of the government. A bill approved by the President for submission to Congress calls for the drafting over 800,000 men to bring the Army up to war strength. A day of registration will soon be announced. However, those engaged in industries that are necessary to the military, such as agriculture, will be exempted from the draft. Steele County waits to see how this will affect us all in the future. With war being declared, Lieutenant H.F. Lures, now in command of Company I, has ordered every drilled member to report to the armory and procure his complete equipment from the quartermaster. This will allow the drilled men to be ready for emergency duty. The company's strength is now up to 68, with 12 more recruits signed up and will be instructed as soon as possible. More recruits are needed, however, to bring the Company I up to 150 men for war strength. There are still issues with those needing to take a second oath to become part of the National Guard, and some of the recruits are not able to pass the physical. Recruiting continues in earnest for Company I. Owatonna Mayor James Dement has given Company I the full support of the city. In other local news, the proposal to dissolve the Farmers Cooperative Meatpacking Co and liquidate the company's funds carried by more than the necessary two-thirds of the votes at the meeting on March 2nd. With much squealing at the meeting on both sides, Owatonna will lose the opportunity to have another business and more jobs for area workers. The Steele County Fair Committee has announced it has engaged Barnes European Hippodrome Circus to make the 1917 fair bigger than any past event. A 4-day fair opening on August 29th has been decided. It has also been announced the fair will not be held at the new fairgrounds site this year, as fair funds are not available for fencing or to erect permanent buildings there. And finally, the Board of Education has elected former Owatonna citizen Nelson Jacobson of the firm Round & Jacobson to be the architect and draw up plans for a new $150,000 high school. The board had started with 20 architects applying for the position before this decision was made. The KOBK Centennial News has been provided by the Steele County Historical Society, preserving and sharing history today for tomorrow.